Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails in the Sky. I'm pretty sure it's part 50, man. You know, still, been back in part 50 in the original series, I don't actually know where we were, but we were on the last chapter. Now, not in the last chapter, but we're getting towards the end of chapter 2. I don't know exactly how much is left. I would say under 10 hours, which doesn't really mean that much because we've been in what, chapter 2 for, I guess about 20 videos, I think. I think we started it in 31. But that's actually a little bit longer than I thought it was. Only reason I remember is because I did get a comment that was like, hey, the playlist is broken, because I think I forgot to add part 37 to the playlist. Which is good. It's always nice that when you fuck up, somebody notices like 2 weeks after the video's been broken for that long. And also, as just like a little bye before we get started, I'm just gonna briefly talk about the total in-shitification of everything that I interact with on a daily basis. So YouTube, as you probably won't know if you've never like uploaded videos yourself, if you think YouTube sucks, you have no idea how much it actually truly sucks on the back end. So like, imagine you're going to create a playlist for your chronological series. So it used to, you know, videos would just be put into the playlist in the order you put them in. That's how it worked for a long time. And then they briefly were like, we're going to automatically set every playlist to the newest video first. And everyone said this shit's fucking stupid, and they changed it back. And it was back to automatically, by default, it would just be the order that you added them to the playlist. And it was like that for years. But then, a few months ago, they changed it again to where, by default, playlists will put the newest video first. So you have to go into, when you make the playlist, you have to say, this is going to be manual. Now, there is also, there's some other sorting options, but they don't work. They say, you might think, oh, you could just set it so that, you know, the latest video in the playlist is always the one that was uploaded the latest. Wrong. No, it doesn't work. But the problem here is that, say you want to edit your playlist. Say you've had videos in it and you realize, oh no, I didn't put part 37 in. I want to add part 37. Well, when you add part 37, it'll add it to the end of the playlist. And you're like, okay, I'm in the edit playlist menu. I should be able to rearrange the videos here. No, wrong, stupid idiot, stupid dumb idiot. What you do is on the YouTube Creator Studio, you go to the playlist tab, and then you don't click edit playlist on the actual playlist. There's a tiny little fucking button at the top right that says edit in YouTube, which opens in a new fucking window, and on that secret playlist editing menu is where you can edit the order of the playlist, but none of the details of the playlist. Just the order of the videos. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Why are there two different fucking menus that do the same thing? And one of them's secret. I keep an eye on these fools. You can all head back to Ruan and tell Gene what happened. I want to go in though. What if I want to talk to the fools? Alright, that's a good... I mean, it's only 3 minutes. A little 3-minute rant to start things off. You can stop watching now, if you made it this far. Those guys bully Polly and the other kids. You gotta make them pay. I won't forgive anyone who bullies them. Yes, your thirst for blood and vengeance must be nurtured, young Lucia. Those guys bully Polly and the other kids. Now, also, the backlog for this series is really tiny. I'm about to get some more, well, I'm getting a day off, and I'm taking a day off in a few days again. So I'll get to record some then, but the backlog on this series has gotten a little... I think we're still going to be able to hit daily uploads, but we may miss a video or two after this. Because I'm recording this on Wednesday. I'll definitely get to record another video tomorrow, and then Friday and the weekend. I'm not entirely sure. But I think I have enough to make it to Monday. We'll see, though. I heard the culprits are hiding at Varn Lighthouse. I hope the lighthouse keeper, Mr. Vault, is safe. Bullet to the brain, unfortunately. It's okay, he was old as hell. It was his time. I'm pretty sure his will even said, I want to go out by getting assassinated by a strange man in black who also really isn't wearing black clothes, but they say he's a man in black. I mean, he's not wearing black, but he's also not wearing black. Like, I wouldn't look at those guys that we fought and saying, oh man, they're men clad in black. They got like some black on, but like, so does Joshua, kind of. It's really more of a dark blue, but I don't know. His pants, I would classify those as fairly black. I think you could argue they're a very, very dark blue, and I would buy that argument. But at a glance, they do be looking kind of black. Is there anything we can do to help? Please don't hesitate to ask. I'm sorry, I didn't even read what you said, man. Hello, bracers. Yep. They've done is unforgivable. What reason could they have for all that? Money. The same reason why anybody ever does anything bad, usually. There's a few people who do it for the fucking love of the game, and honestly, in a way, I don't know if it's more respectable just to be evil for evil's sake, or like evil for a purpose, or like your own jealous, like, personal gain. Honestly, I think being evil just for the sole sake of being evil is actually slightly more respectable. Because it's like, their brain was just fucked up at birth. I mean, that's not really... I mean, it's their fault for not controlling it, but like, they got dealt a bad hand. That doesn't in any way absolve them of any sort of guilt or whatnot, but... I'm glad to hear the criminals were captured. Great work, bracers. I know we could count on you. Where did the criminals were caught? But part of me wishes we could deal with them ourselves instead of handing them over to the bracer. Yeah, hang them high. Good old-fashioned justice in the small town. Maybe I can throw a stone or two at them.
Oh, welcome.
One of the culprits looked familiar to me. Wait, was it Mayor Dalmar's secretary, the one who came here the other day? Nah, there's no way. It can't be right, can it? One of the culprits looked like Mayor Dalmar's secretary. So the group of criminals was finally caught. That should lift my friend's spirit. It certainly lifts mine. Heard the culprits were caught. If I could, I'd taken them out to the mountains and knocked that rottenness right out of them. Yeah, that doesn't really work, unfortunately. It would be nice if it was that easy. If you could just, you know, beat evil people until they're no longer evil, but it don't work, man. Oh, hello. I heard from the innkeeper that you caught the culprits. Done so much for us, I don't know how to thank you. Aw, shucks, now I'm blushing. Besides, couldn't tell her the whole truth just yet, right? We're heading back to Ruan to report this to the guild. Ruan is keeping a close watch on the culprits, so you can rest easy now. Matron Theresa finally woke up early this morning. Thank goodness. Ew, I'm so relieved. I'm starting to get hungry. Damn true, Daniel. Damn true, Daniel. Matron Theresa woke up. Yeah, I do that shit every fucking day. You don't see me making a big deal out of it. You beat him up, right? That's so cool. You've done so much for us. I don't know how to thank you. Can I go talk to my friends at the military base? I can. Well, my map. The map looks so weird when it's oriented like this. It was like breaking my brain for a second. I'm like, it's supposed to be on the other side of the map, on the top side. Gotta finish talking to you two first.
Would you like some flowers?
Nope. Arsonists were caught, I heard. That's a relief. I'm starting to feel a little sad. The incident may have been resolved, but the scars left on the children's hearts won't heal as easily. Well, I mean, they're already orphans. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could argue there's two ways to look at it. A, they've been dealt such a rough hand that they're probably used to it. Or B, that's the straw that broke the camel's back and sent them on the path to become, you know, crazy people.
Welcome.
Culprits are at the windmill. They should apologize to the children for the bracer guild takes them away. Don't you agree? I mean, I don't know. I don't really know if I'd want an apology from the guys who, like, you know, burned down my home and then mugged us and then also almost killed innocent civilians. I don't know. Well, I guess the Ravens are actually pretty big because we don't actually have the people who did the bad shit mainly, except for Gilby. I guess the Ravens, they don't really. I mean, they have to apologize for being cringe, but that's like a separate crime. Can't blame them too much for getting mind controlled. I don't know. I don't want to go this way yet. I want to head back to the
Time to depart.
Some crazy shit went on, guys. You wouldn't believe it. I was on cooking duty today, but warrant officer just came over a moment ago and said he wanted to take over. That guy sure loves to cook. Really now, he loves to cook. The single ladies and or gentlemen? Fish have arrived in Ruan. We'll splurge a little tonight. I have time until I'm on duty. Should get some quick shut-eye. Also, well, wait, can he cook good, though? That's a huge problem. It's people who love to cook. I mean, you can love to cook and be ass at it. You know, like, I love to make videos, and, well, it's straight back to training for me. I want to make sure I'm the one delivering the beating this time. Checkpoints scattered all throughout the borough were used to fragment the Imperial Army during the war 10 years ago. That's why they still retain strategic importance, even today. Our defense of them must remain vigilant. Like, didn't you guys get your ass beat? Had to invent a whole new fucking type of warfare to win? I mean, I guess you could say, oh yeah, we were getting, but like, we softened them up for them. Which, I mean, there's some validity there. Sure. That, you know, they would have lost the war before you could invent a whole new type of warfare. And would have been able to concentrate their forces more, but I just think it's slightly funny to nitpick at.
Time to depart.
Old man. Old man. Where are you? Old man. Why gosh dang lighthouse so damn tall, man? The one in the main city ain't this tall. Hey, it's you. I heard things got bad last night. I got a little freaking turned around there. He did, but more importantly, you okay? Yep, won't be the last time I take a bullet to the brain. My head's still a bit hazy. That sec doesn't seem to have completely worn off yet. It was Hans to begin with, so you should feel better soon. Thank goodness, that's a relief. Maybe I'll rest some more before going back to work. Hey, you should just take it easy. Don't push yourself too hard. Yep. Don't really remember what happened last night. My mind still feels hazy. That's who I want. Man in the lighthouse. If I'm sailing a ship from the fucking sea. Yeah, I don't really, I mean, just by the by, I don't really know if I'd want an old person running my lighthouse either. Because, I mean, the main thing you're doing, I mean, the maintenance side they could probably handle, which is probably, like, the most important thing. Because, honestly, even if you're up there and you realize some shit's going on, what are you going to do? You're stuck in the lighthouse. But the big part of it's just, like, being awake all the time. You know, old people famously not really known for their ability to stay awake for long periods of time.
Time to depart.
And operating on very minimal sleep. Man, I think Mayor Dalmor was the mastermind behind all this. So, all the kindness he showed us was the big act, huh? There's something I've been wondering. Is it actually possible for you to arrest Mayor Dalmor for this incident? I mean, we're cops. We just fabricate evidence. We know he's guilty, so it's okay. Huh? Right, about that. We're not certain either. The Bracelet Guild has a policy of non-interference when it comes to political matters. Yeah, but that's like real politics. This is a fucking mayor. They're not really fucking politicians. Might prove difficult for us to apprehend the city mayor of Ruan. Wait, seriously? That's not fair at all. Certainly isn't, but rules are rules. Now particular rules will let the guild establish branches around the continent, even in places like the Erebonian Empire. Yeah, but doesn't that make us kind of useless? Indeed. For now, we should head back to the guild and ask Gino to proceed. I'm sure he'll know what to do. Yeah, we are. Long ... Don't worry, we'll figure it out. Almost definitely gotta pay for the way he hurt the matron and the kids. You're right. Now, Dalmor, him being evil, less of a surprise. I mean, obviously it's less of a surprise on the repeat. I don't really remember if I don't know what my thought process was when I played this originally. I mean, I guess it's out there. Well, actually, no, it's technically, originally it's not out there because, you know, I played up to the up to the start of the final chapter before I did the original Let's Play.
Joshua!
So it wasn't blind until after that part, but... Because, like, I don't remember being surprised by it, but I also don't remember thinking it was, like, super obvious. Like, unsurprising as a plot point, but, like, not like, oh yeah, that's clearly what they were going to do. Like, it was, you know... I don't even know why we're walking normally. I guess we're just kind of chatting for a little bit, but... But yeah, because I'm trying to think if there's really any, like, major giveaways that he's going to be, like, the, you know, antagonist of the chapter.
What's wrong, Chloe?
I mean, I guess you could say he's, like, a little sus just because he's, like, so generous, you know?
You two are heading to the guild, correct? I just remembered something I need to do. So, could you go on ahead? I will catch up soon.
All right. Are you heading back to the academy?
Yes.
World's greatest liar.
I thought I should report what happened to Headmaster Collins as well, just in case. Right. Okay. Got it.
Don't really know what you're trying to
We'll be
do.
at the guild.
I mean, maybe she is going... I mean, I doubt she's going to the academy, but I can't think of what she's trying to do by herself.
My apologies, Stell. Joshua. All right. This will do. Sieg!
Okay, maybe now I remember. Got it. Who would have thought Mayor Dalmor was behind all this? Certainly big news. So, Gene, do we have the right to arrest the mayor? Afraid not. It'd be a different story if we had caught him in the act, but... thought so. That can't be. You mean we're really just gonna let that evil jerk get away with it? Now, calm down. The Bracelet Guild may not have the authority to do anything about this, but the Royal Army does. Oh, but they suck. So, Joshua, I'd like you to head on over to the mayor's residence to conduct an inquiry. Probably move a bit if you need to. Just try and buy as much time as you can. Dean, you intend to contact the Royal Army while we have them distracted? Exactly. I'll use the global communicator to request backup from the Layston Fortress. Okay, maybe we're closer to the end of the chapter than I thought. I don't want to rely on the army, but I guess they don't have much choice. Alright, once Chloe catches up, we'll head straight to the mayor. Damn, girl, you fast as hell. Sorry to keep you waiting. Perfect timing. That was fast. Thought you were going all the way back to the academy. Well, I consider myself a spirited runner. Anyway, what's the plan? We're just about to invite ourselves over to the mayor's residence. We're gonna keep him busy with questions till the Royal Army arrives. I see. Perhaps I shouldn't have... Chloe, you're coming, right? Oh, yes. Please allow me to join you. Team will leave the rest to you. You can count on me.
Oh, gotcha.
And crazy rank. Crazy rank. Fuck you. Fuck you, Gene. Fuck you, Gene. You're an asshole. You could just give me the shit, man. No requests available? Okay. What I want you to do is buy some time, okay? Now, we still gotta do all our chats, which... we can't do it all in this video, but we can get close. So actually, we're I was thinking we had to do like one more like little story section or something. We were gonna sit on the mayor thing for a little bit longer. Like I thought we had to get like proof or something. Good grief, I'm never a fan of this kind of heavy atmosphere. Clive may be skilled with his hands, but he's clumsy with things like this. We'll try and do the north side, and then we can finish off the south side at the start of the next video and go confront Belmore. Clive wouldn't tell me anything about it, but Edwin spilled the beans. Clive was invited to work on the development of the orbital engines at Zeiss. Oh, that really is incredible, huh? Headquarters offered me a position at the Research Institute in Zeiss. Certainly an honor, but... I mean, it's definitely a better gig. I mean, it's not like you gotta leave you can take your brother with you. They're portable. And presumably you'd be making more money so you could provide better for him. Well, I guess it's about time. I've got a lot of work waiting for me back in Bose. It was such a short vacation. I gotta get my head back in the game or Miss Milano will chew me out. We love Simon, don't we? Definitely an NPC that pretty much probably never talked to in the original playthrough. Probably not a single time. Headquarters of Libero Orbital Ship Company is in the royal capital of Gransil. Only there once through. That was only been there once though, and that was for training back when I was a newbie. Yes, I read the sentence is in the wrong order of my brain. Stroke? Am I having a stroke?
Welcome to the O'Neill.
Every once in a while. And by that I mean like once a day you gotta do a stroke check. Our continent is truly vast, with a huge population across many countries. You're still young, you may have the chance to travel to all those different nations. Important to meet and get to know all sorts of folks. If you want to become an open-hearted, admirable adult like me, that is. Well, now that I'm no longer Dread Pirate Lord O'Neill. Scourge of the waves. Destroyer of livelihoods other than my own. Ha ha ha! I'm e-spitting though.
What?
I mean, you don't necessarily have to travel to become like an empathetic good person, but you know. The exposure to other people and viewpoints and stuff does help, for sure. I mean, just being educated in general about anything. Well, it's not a, you know, cure-all, because there's some educated people out there that are pieces of garbage.
Come again.
All right.
I heard the orphan.
I heard the orphan. Ah, okay, they don't care. They don't fucking want to hear my shit. They fucking clicked off already. Blockhead brother didn't come home last night. You have a brother? Oh yeah, it's one of the Ravens. Where the hell is he? Oh well, he'll come back eventually. I see. Hee. Jimmy has been staring at the map for like 3 weeks straight. He's gonna lose his mind trying to decipher it. Mayor supports tourist facilities like ours, but the consequence of that is the budget for each port's facilities you can cut each year. Seems folk are getting more vocal about their dissatisfaction. Well, yeah.
I heard the orphanage fire was arson.
Arson! Well, I heard it wasn't, so who's right? Even if you're fishing at the same spot as before, there's no guaranteed foolproof method that always works. You gotta analyze what conditions you're fishing on any given day, then figure out the method that'll work for you in that moment. That's the real joy of fishing. I'm not making any excuses because I'm not catching anything, though. You know, I gotta save some fish for the rest of them. If I caught all the fish in the world, there'd be no more fish left for anybody else. I'm so excited for Sunday school. I also get to see my friends there, and the priest is super funny. Portos, the harbor master, is quite well respected. Is he a funny priest, though? 1 second. On to this. Alright. Might actually have a little extra time to record then after all. So we might be able to finish our NPC talking in this video. Owner of hotel is a man named Norman. He lives in South Block. He's a businessman deeply committed to the development of the tourism industry. I'll try, and if we get interrupted, we get interrupted. Maggot can use his heavy blade to do heavy damage. Young people these days are always in a rush. In this world, there are very few things truly worth hurrying for. One of the things I've come to understand after living so long. I think it's fine to be in a rush. Life's pretty short, all things considered. Because even if you can say, like, oh, maybe you're 20, in theory you have another 60 years. Yeah, but you could die fucking tomorrow, man. You could get your orphanage burned down. Why does the past seem so radiant when we know it will never return? Okay, Matilda, okay, she's like low-key the best NPC. Fucking dropping knowledge bombs on you. Little pearls of wisdom. Old guy with a ridiculous haircut tried to start a conversation with me in town. He looked wealthy, but he was so arrogant and rude. Ruan's men have really gone downhill, or was he just a tourist? Ridiculous haircut?
What to pick? Take
My
your time
hair
to
looks like
choose.
that. What the
Come
hell?
on,
I wonder if Hotel Blanche is a man named Mr. Norman. He's a real go-getter, bought a plain old inn and rebuilt it into the hotel you see today. And he and the mayor have a good relationship, so he's been able to help with our work as guides. Used to be a fisherman, you know? So I had to put my fisherman voice on. But tourism started booming after the new mayor took office. My wife talked me up and taking up work as a tour guide. I mean, they've probably enjoyed the fishing more. At least the fish don't talk back. Or if they do, you can't understand them. I mean, if the fish could say anything, it'd probably just be like, holy fuck, put me back in the water, I can't breathe. Mom and Dad don't work today. They're gonna play together all day. Notice they're not playing. Seems like the Royal Academy's tuition fees must be sky high. I wonder what my wife thinks they're gonna do about that. That's right, Nikita goes to the Royal Academy too, doesn't she? Maybe I should ask her about exams next time I see her. Asking my neighbor's wife about it's off the table. It feels too embarrassing. Well, I'm just saying, if they can, well, I mean, if they can afford to send their kid on tour guide salaries, either A, tour guides get paid like crazy style in Ruan, which I could see them making pretty decent money, in theory. Or, I mean, there's got to be some sort of... I mean, if the royal family's funding it, at least, I mean, they say they fund it. They don't really specify if it's, like, in part or in full. Well, it can't be in full because there's tuition costs. But you would think there'd at least be some sort of subsidized tuition for, you know, non-rich people. At least to like pretend there's not still like a soft nobility system in place, that like there's some sort of meritocracy. I think the Academy Science course should lead me to my dream of becoming an airship crew member. Yep, maybe I'm dying. I'm thinking of rolling up my sleeves and taking their entrance exam. There's like the tinge of tiredness is coming on a little earlier than usual, but I think I'm just getting tongue-tied. Where should we go to rent a boat? Perhaps they would know at the Bracer Guild? I want to borrow that. Yeah, you got to send in a request, and then it's going to get posted to the bulletin board, and then I got to pick it up, and you're going to have to want to post about 10 BP for the quest completion. Then we'll come over and we'll tell you where to find the boat, and then we'll turn it in, we'll get our BP, and we'll get our rank up to get some shit that I probably don't even really want or need. I can't even, because like none of the rank up rewards were that good, right? I don't even know where I would see it. We could see them somewhere. Is it in the Bracer Guild menu?
There's nothing for you to report.
Yeah. Okay, these are both pretty good. Getting some fire and some wind. A 3 wind Sapith thing is pretty nice. Plus the fire. Okay, everything actually is good past this point. It was just these first few are kind of meh. Like, the effects are weak, but the pith values are decent. The victory headband's kind of whatever. I feel like it's a lot worse than it's been in past games. Just because, like, CP gain is not... It's actually not been a problem at all. I mean, I think I've already talked about this. It feels like either A... I feel like you maybe get slightly more CP just from taking and dealing damage in general. I could be wrong off that, but that's my vibe. And then also you have the auto... proccing passives that give you CP. Caught out and returned from the academy. Maybe something happened? Brother. They don't keep your ass in the fucking loop at all, man. I mean, granted, I completely forgot you existed to even check up there. That wasn't even a conscious thing I did.
Goddess of the sky.
I didn't even really mean to check the second floor. I just kind of wandered up there in my subconscious. These days, many Ruan locals are quite busy people. That shows just how lively the city is now, though. Trying to think of it, the mayor is so busy that he rarely comes to the chapel. Yeah, because he's evil. If he came to the chapel and prayed, Adios would not do anything. Which is probably for the best. I don't think the goddess should be striking people down, per se.
I heard the orphanage fire was arson.
Arson. We went in here, right? Yeah, we did. Old guys up here? No. On the balcony? Maybe they're still chilling at the academy? I don't know where our favorite future king is. Is that everything? Feels kind of... I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, the Orbital Factory.
Take your time to look.
Heard that Duke everyone's whistling about was touring the area, so I went to see if I could spot him. There was no one looked anything like a Duke around. It says this old guy in a crazy outfit shouting nonsense. I mean, it's kind of fucked up. You can't call him old. I can call him old. Estelle and Joshua and Chloe can call him old. I mean, you're probably like the same age as him. At least like you're within striking distance.
Take your time to choose.
You're welcome to
Heard that Duke was around.
Which one should I pick?
Take your time to
Who up?
choose.
Getting these slots unlocked. We're not that close. Not close at all on Chloe, and Joshua's done. Guess we're just
You're
gonna
welcome to
save
visit
our
anytime.
excess for maybe the next chapter. That went faster than I thought it was going to take. I just saw a flashy gaudy-looking fellow walking to the mayor's residence. Kind of think if I had to hear someone... Oh, there's our Dookie Wookie, as he loves to be called. This crane's quite old as well. Need to replace it. You don't have to raise all the port's issues with the mayor. Again. Good grief, coming quite the undertaking. Or you could be a damn tour guide. Apparently on a 2 tour guide salary, you can send your kid to the most expensive school in the nation. It's also the only school in the nation, but that's beside the point. Crane is quite old. I haven't seen any of those delinquents milling around for the past few days. Perhaps the mayor finally kicked them out? Oh, that fake Chief Portos is spitting image of the real one, bro. You're still talking about this? Oh, they look alike, but the fake even got the Chief's words and mannerisms spot on. There's some incredible people out there. Or maybe that was the real Chief and the guy we've been dealing with is the faker. He might look like a spacey guy, but he's sharp and capable as they come. Most importantly, he cares about all of us. Bro, it's yapping. Looks like Chief Portos is deep in thought again. Might stop thinking too much and move his body. Giving his brain a break might give him some good ideas, you know? That's why I'm giving my brain a break now by counting these barrels over and over again. I just have a really hard time once it gets past 6. Guess there's nobody in our warehouse. No lone Raven member who was left behind, who was like, hey guys, I guess they're just not fucking with me anymore. They could have at least had the, decency to tell me I wasn't in the gang anymore, but to just move up and leave me, not even saying anything, it's got fucked up, man. Thought we were brothers. My husband's been brooding a lot lately. Probably hesitating about something that'll eventually do in the end anyway. Sounds more absurd. You have a son? He tends to go too far, doesn't know when to back down. If I could win the 2 of them, that'd be perfect. But as it is, they drive me up the wall. There's the dude. Your husband's the Norman guy, right? I don't remember you having a son. I feel like I'd heard about that. Haters.
Do you like it?
Bird Girl.
Wait.
Another contender for greatest NPC. I like the other Bird Girl more though, no offense. Bird Girl 2. Oh wait, I didn't go to the bar. I was like, I felt like it was even faster than it should have been. Well, I just lit all the way till morning. Wonder what happened. Can't imagine old man Volk dozing off like I do. Bro's old.
Oh, you want to place an...
Can't blame him. There was a time when the mayor tried to cut off funding for the port facilities. That just seems stupid. Who knows what happened if Mr. Porter didn't talk him out of it directly? Ruan still needs its port after all. Do I have to sneeze? The answer was yes. If you guessed yes, please receive your payout at the end of the video. If you guessed no, well, fuck you. There was a time, granted, maybe the opposite. Maybe the people who voted yes or no should get a payout. Because they're like, oh, I wouldn't want you to have to go through that horrible trauma. There was a time when the mayor tried to cut off funding. I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, I can understand that, like, in theory, transitioning to a tourism-based economy could be good in the long run. Obviously, you're going to displace some people, and that sucks for the people who are getting displaced. But if it's for the greater good of the entire city, then, well, maybe it's still a good long-term decision. But you can't just be like, hey, we're a tourism city now, overnight. That's just silly. Like, port facilities won't get the budget they need in like the old days. I know it's tough, but I hope Chief Portos keeps fighting for us. We'll deliver ordnance to the Erebonian Empire next. Our port's always full of these imposing warships. Even after going so many times, I still get nervous docking there. Hey, let's at least... I don't know if it's gonna send me in immediately. There's like a little mini cutscene here. I was thinking the NPC talking was gonna take longer. Man, this place is enormous. I think he bought it with all the money he made from his shady business? Well, no. Got all this shit for being born with the right last name. I don't think that's the reason. Mayor Dalmore is descended from a highly renowned noble house. I believe this mansion has been passed down through the family for generations, and to think, what did we get? A fucking piece of wood from our dad. Honestly, I'm not even sure he gave us our staff. Oh, I see. Right, this mansion's done nothing wrong. Yeah, I mean, the mansion's done nothing wrong, but, you know, its current ownership is only due to the exploitation and, you know, blood spilt of many and innocent. Anyway, let's focus on getting some answers out of the mayor. Odds this should be the people's house. If Alicia was a real one, she abolished the nobility, should have been like, okay, and also all your fucking mansions are like, I don't know, halfway houses or something. Oh, there's this old guy acting all high and mighty. He was full of himself, and his hairdo was everyone's fucking with the Duke's hair, man. They do not like it. They're calling his ass out. They're saying, this dude fucking sucks. We hate him.
Wait.
Oh, maybe second time was a try. Well, we have a little. Okay, what we could maybe do. Welcome to the mayor's residence. I'm very sorry, but the mayor is currently occupied with another guest. Don't care. Might I request you return again another time? What? Hey, wait a sec. We're already aware of the guests. His Grace, Duke Dunan, correct? Huh? Why, yes, that is correct. Were all of you invited as well? Yes, we received the invitation directly from the mayor. Would it be alright for us to enter? Oh, I see you're a bracer. In that case, yes, please come in. The mayor and his Grace the Duke are in the saloon on the second floor. We understand. Thank you very much for your kindness. Of course. Now, if you'll excuse us, allow me to prepare some tea for you. Excuse me? Some tea that gives me infinite CP? Huh? What's wrong? Nothing. Yes, how did you know the Duke was visiting? Context clues, Chloe. They didn't teach you that shit at fancy school? Just a lucky guess. Dalmore's plan was to sell villas off to the wealthy people, right? I figured that would make Duke Dunan a potential buyer. I see. Well, okay, that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is everyone's talking about how a fancy person just walked into the mansion. Seriously, sometimes I think you're a little too clever. That whole story you made about being invited? I didn't make it up, though. Remember what Mayor Dalmore said when we first met him? No, man, that was like 3 weeks ago. Or at least like 2 weeks ago. He told us to come straight to see him if we had any more issues with the Ravens. Alright. I suppose we weren't invited after all. Yeah, I guess it helps if you're a vampire. You need an exact legal fucking reason to enter the house. Alright, shall we do our part as guests and head to the saloon? Okay, this actually works out well. Can do a little bit more chatting. Good grief, this girl's too quick to fall in love. Ah, la la la. Ah, those galleon amberas, they were so enchanting. How old are you? You passed the vibe check. Where did Gilbert run off to? I heard we're expecting an important guest today. Okay, so here's how do I go upstairs? Nobody knows how to go upstairs. We will.
Are you all ready?
Yes, anytime.
He won't get away, jerkwad mayor.
What business do you have here? His mayor is currently conversing with His Grace, Duke Doonan. Alright, we will call it here. Oh yeah, I can go to the inn to get CP. Because, I mean, spoilers, there's gonna be combat. Alright, there's gonna be combat. I was kind of thinking, I was like, I don't really want it, because I do distinctly remember this being the fight that annoyed me the most in the original game. Now, I don't think it's going to be nearly that bad. Or, like, bad at all. But it was, in my memory, the most obnoxious
Will you be resting
fight.
here?
Now, granted,
All right.
it was
Rested
also
and
when
ready.
I was still kind of, like, not really trying, like,
Take care.
you know, because my experience with the original game was basically, or in the Let's Play, was
I heard the orphanage fire.
I had played the game, you know, before. You know, I'd played up to the final chapter in like 2014 or something. And then did the Let's Play in 2018.
Where's the ship coming?
So I was kind of like, okay, so I think what it was is that when I originally played, I played on hard. But I didn't realize that there's a mechanic in the original release called like retry offset. Also, is the audio like glitching out? Is that just on me, or is that on the recording as well? I don't know. If the audio is kind of glitching out, I don't know what's causing that. Because we're not really dropping frames, but it seems like it's well, actually no, we dropped frames there. I don't know. Whatever, beside the point. I thought, because I played it on hard with the retry offset, and as a result, the way the retry offset worked is basically it's like if you ever die, it lowers the difficulty for you automatically, which I don't like, but I didn't even really know was a mechanic. I mean, I like the idea that it exists, but I shouldn't have had it turned on. So my impression of the game was that it was really fucking easy, because it was like if you ever died, which is a lot of times you can die like on the first turn, so whenever you'd actually do combat, it would actually be on like normal or something, and you'd have like a significantly easier time. So I was like, okay, the game's easy. So when I was playing on hard, and the original release is decently difficult on the like 2 higher difficulties, even though I never actually played the original on Nightmare still, but you know, I was like, this is an easy game. And so whenever I would die or mess up, it would be like extra annoying to me and embarrassing because I'm like, this game's not fucking hard. I remember I breezed through it when I played it originally. And so as a result, I'm like, well, I don't really need to think about the mechanics that much because the game's easy. And so it really wasn't until like Zeiss that I kind of like sat down and like, you know, paid more attention to like setting up orbits and stuff. Because also it's like the orbit system I just don't think was explained very well in the original release. Like some of the... I think like one of the main things, I didn't really get the lines. Like the idea that like your lines are... Because I was like, I understood, like, okay, you equip, you know, the good orbits and they make spells and stuff. But like the idea of how like the basic theory of like you want your orbment quartz with the most possible Sepith on your central because it affects all your other lines. Which is something that's fairly basic, but like, you know, I didn't really completely understand that it wasn't like your total amount of Sepith you had that determined your spells and stuff, but like, you know, you needed to make sure they're on the right side and everything. And I never really looked at like the actual Bracer notebook to be like, oh, this is like the breakpoint I need to get a certain spell and blah, blah, blah. It was very much vibe based. Because I was under the impression the game was piss easy. So whenever I died, it was like a self-reinforcing like annoyance of like, oh my god, not only am I dying, which is annoying, I'm dying in a game that's extremely fucking easy and it's embarrassing. But alright, with that done, we're gonna... I don't know why it's... Yeah, because we're like dropping frames just sitting fucking still. And I've restarted my computer recently, so... Not even like Windows memory leak or anything like that. All right, I'm X87, say to the next part, and bye, guys.